On today's zero-hour investigation, we look into the case of the Midnight Masterbator. Bill Manspeaker was a regular guy, known around the block as a happy man that got along with just about everyone. But behind closed doors, Bill had a secret hidden inside the Gramercy house. As sick and twisted as the house looks from the outside, it's nothing compared to the perverted depths of Bill's mind. Thank you for joining us today. I know it's a hard subject to talk about, but please, tell us about living with the Midnight Masterbator.
Well, it wasn't easy. No, it's definitely not. It's not an easy thing to do. I mean, it's definitely a stressful situation. It caused strain on me and my wife. Then this kid Dylan came into the picture, and we're dealing with him. I mean, you gotta worry about your food, you know. Can't bring donuts into the house.
Would you say that when he saw your reactions, he only went harder?
Yeah, he kind of, well, you know, he knew what he was doing. It was like, it's like a dog, you know, like, he knew what he was doing was wrong, but he couldn't help himself. He just, there's like he lost the man, and the beast would take over.
Would the presence of children stop Bill, or would he abuse himself even with babies in the room?
He shows some composure. I mean, if the kid was on the couch, he could go behind the couch.
Would you call him a demon of personal masturbation?
A demon of personal masturbation? Maybe a demon of chronic masturbation. There's nothing personal about it.
Tell us about when you lived with the Midnight Masterbator.
There would be times when me and my wife would be eating dinner and there would be Bill around the corner jerking off.
Is it true that Bill called himself the master of spank and the king of cranking off? Was it only over normal things like breasts on a television, or would it be the mundane? People walking by, possibly a dog or a pony?
Your catalog even. Lingerie catalog, those were the worst. Brenda would get them in the mail, and let's say she would never even get them.
Dylan, could you please tell us, how old are you?
14.
I know it's a painful subject, but how was it living with the Midnight Masterbator?
It was a nightmare. Every night I couldn't sleep. I would hear his awful noises coming from his room, where there would be slamming on the walls and weird farm animals coming out from that room. Slapping. The slapping wouldn't stop.
Hands behind your heads and on your knees.
Would you say that the rest of your life took a turn for the worse living next to Bill?
Yes, it did. I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was traumatizing me.
I said on your knees.
Couldn't sleep. I was scared. Didn't know what he was going to do next.
Did you being in the room stop him from touching himself?
No, he would walk in between our rooms, and he would be walking by just masturbating, going to the bathroom to masturbate more. And that he wouldn't even say anything, just kept walking and jerking off.
With you there, did he go harder? Would you say the man is a pervert?
He's not even a man, he's a masturbator. That's all he is.
Was it only through the walls, or did you see this in person?
I wish I could forget that horrible time Bill was forcing me to watch him have sex with pigs and cows outside my bedroom door.
Do the words pig fucker describe Bill Manspeaker?
Yes, he's a pig fucker.
Literal pigs or fat chicks?
Both of them. At the same time. With his masturbation going on too. It was weird.
You're saying he touched himself, animals, and obese ladies of the night all at once?
Yes.
Was it scarring to live with this?
Yes. It was trauma. I was scared.
We all feel your pain. How long did you live with Bill Manspeaker, the midnight masturbator?
Unfortunately, I've lived with him for, about 2 years. Yeah.
Would you say that he's a good person?
I mean, if you can get past the ejaculation on all of your things and constant slipping on the floor because there's rags and cum everywhere, I mean, he's genuinely a good guy, I guess.
Did he touch himself while you were in the room?
Man, I don't think there was a moment where he didn't touch himself when I was in the room. That's all he did.
Was he more aroused when others were nearby, recoiling in disgust at his flogging of his member?
You know, I think he actually got off more knowing that people were disgusted in the act. It was like it got him off knowing that people found what he was doing repulsive.
On average, how many times a day would Bill masturbate on food you were eating?
Pam would have to cook me like 3 dinners just so I could eat one that didn't have semen.
I know this is hard, but do you ever worry that at night Bill will masturbate right onto you?
I mean, yeah, I've had those fears. It's happened. I mean, you know, just last week I was taking a nap. It was like 2 in the afternoon. Watching Cops, you know, thought I'd doze off, give me an afternoon, snooze, and I woke up. I thought the dog was licking my.
Is it true that Bill would masturbate while taking a shit for the double release?
I've heard rumors about that. I can't, personally say that it's happened, but we had one roommate where he had locked him in the bathroom and made him watch while I'm sorry.
Is it true that tears would turn Bill on even more? He'd try to get people to cry with his member and then spank it until shooting goo onto them?
He said he likes to use the tears as lubricant. He said it's the only natural stimuli that doesn't give him a rash.
While living with Bill, has his masturbation strained his relationship with lovers?
I don't think Bill really feels love. He just feels himself.
Some days I'd come home, picking up some weed, just walk in the house, there's TV's on, but there's no one in the living room. But then behind me, there'd be Bill, in the corner masturbating, again.
Luckily, our story has a happy ending. Dylan got the loving and kind parents he so desired, while Sean and Raquel got the son they've always dreamed of. Now they live together as a family inside the Gramercy house. Today, Paul tries to cope with the horror of living with the midnight masturbator through music. He roams around town trading songs for food, and in fact, you might see him in your neighborhood. Bill's whereabouts are currently unknown, but he's said to live in the forest, masturbating with small creatures and other homeless perverts. I'm Dwayne Bloomberg, and this has been a 0-hour investigation. And remember, keep it in your pants.